One is educational qualification framework. Then no rounding of our prior teaching experience training. Another heading academic. Then come back again, my lord. Again to the lots of point then preliminary merit score, written test, gate, and academic score. This is the for the part of the interview. Who interview this will say who will be interviewed, list of that. But now let us kind of come to L. Merit list in respect of the SLST means in case of both a list of candidates prepared category wise on the basis of merit. It shall be in addition to what has been stated in 1K. Marks obtained in oral interview, lecture demo, and practical and track include all the achievements.
So does it mean the submission is that you will add the prior teaching experience twice?
No.
This is what is mean.
No. That is a harmonious construction.
Right. You are the commission.
I am not a rule maker. I am the commission.
You are the commission, right? Whether this 10 mark is given at the time of interview or at the time of final merit list, it doesn't bother either the state or the commission.
No, but we are working on that.
You are working, right?
A submission.
Yes.
I implement the rule.
Yes.
I have to implement the rule. Now, this is practically, this is not correct. That academic, it has been more specified. It has been oral interview, lecture, can you see? Why is it? Similar academic score is score transfer and merit list means in case of post exit of can calculate on base of merit. So means in addition to what has been stated in book 8, marks obtained in oral interview.
What does this mean? That means there is a separate mark in 2K, and then with what you get in 2K, you add up oral interview, lecture demonstration, prior teaching experience. This is what is mentioned in the. No, but this is what the state government rule says.
Now we are also kindly come.
Let us make an harmonious construction, and whatever is there in the rule itself. Why will you jump steps? The L. Let us read L. Merit list, please read once again.
Merit list in respect of the SLST state selection place. In the case of post, a list of candidates prepared category wise on basis of merit. It shall mean and it will mean in addition to what has been stated in the rule, the marks obtained.
Right. So 2K there is a mark fixed, allotted. With that you add up oral interview, lecture demonstration, prior teaching experience.
Prior teaching experience already has been taken.
Then why will it be repeated twice? Yes.
Definition. Level 8. See, the central commission. Central commission is management categories on basis of preliminary merit score as defined in 2K in basis of 1.6 of final result.
There is nothing mentioned about the prior experience in this 8 that you read out.
No, not here, but I say that 2K and 11 Romani. While interpreting 2K and L, mother, this course cannot ignore 11 8.
No question of ignoring. Yes. All right.
Everybody, now we are kindly, this is the judgment. Exactly,
Yes. Hmm.
2002 SSC, 2002 SSC, T1E. Kindly come to paragraph 11.
What is there? Please say.
The interpretation to section 3 as noticed there offered by the High Court cannot be possible by adopting neither the statute can be read in the manner and fashion evidence were done by the High Court. Appointment of the competent authority in calculation of carrying out purpose of the act limited the authority and necessity and neither judicial authority. The statutes that have to be considered only entire and picking up of one word and from one particular provision thereby analyzing in a manner continuous statement of this and is neither permissible nor warrantable. There are certain fixed canons of construction and interpretation of statutes and the High Court finding as regards the office of the competent authority is well. But this is a principle. Now another one guideline. But my submission would be that to this that it has to be the rate, it will be done at it will be on the basis when the intent is to be different.
All right. Yes.
That I will say. That judgment will be clear.
Yes.
When we interpret a rule, the first thing is that find out that there is no challenge to it. First, if there is a challenge to the rule, we have the parameters of objectivity of it. Whether it exceeds the legislative power.
Please do not make this submission. That is not the issue.
Now, today we got your lordship is invited or adjudicate as to at what stage the marks for prior teaching experience are to be given. Number one is prior teaching experience need to look into the object of inserting a prior teaching experience as one of the qualifications. And whereas rule also permits people who do not have the prior teaching experience to participate or offer their candidature election process, obviously they are in a separate group. So prior, it's not like the promotional groups from post A to post B. You must have say prior teaching experience of say 5 years. It applies to all the candidates.
Merit come seniority, seniority come merit.
Now, here is a case where you are going to find two categories of persons offering their candidature in the same process. And prior teaching experience pledges a few more marks for persons who have the prior. The purpose is, what could be the purpose? Because your knowledge is dealing with the rules will not emphasize this, will not effectuate the broader aspect that is not Article 21A of the Constitution. Because this should is confined to the upper primary level of classes, that is classes 5 to 8. Today Article 21 fundamental. Therefore, these books must be.
Sir, why don't you sit? Please give him a chair.
I can sit on the lap of it. He doesn't want to sit. No. He says,
Sir, please sit. Please give him a seat. No, please. Sir, it will be very improper if you stand. Please sit. Please sit.
Now, the dominant aspect or the broader aspect or the more important aspect, is what we all lose sight of. is this rule framed only for the purpose of selection, or it has a larger aspect in it, embedded in it, which is to offer or effectuate the fundamental rights of children between 6 to 14. And Article 21 and the follow-up legislation, that is the Right to Education Act, Millard provides that quality education has to be provided to those children of that age group. Now, please keep, Millard, these two aspects in mind, Millard, for the purpose of interpreting the juncture at which Millard, these prior teaching experience marks are to be awarded. First is, what is the purpose of inserting this kind of a clause? The purpose can be nothing else than to, Millard, provide or ensure that better quality candidates are selected. Now, how do you distinguish? Broadly, inter-se merit is something different, but broadly, we distinguish between, for example, take a Millard hypothetical case, not related to this matter, but in a case where Millard, say one group high secondary candidates, past candidates apply, and another group, Millard, secondary candidates apply. Then, Millard, logically, Millard, if somebody says that no, I will consider the higher secondary examinees or past candidates as better or in a higher pedestal than the secondary candidates, but that, in my very respectful submission, is a logical approach. But merit-wise, maybe the secondary candidates may outshine the higher secondary past candidates. So, therefore, the purpose of providing this clause is to ensure that more experienced persons or persons who have teaching experiences are put in a better place for the purpose of selection. Why? Why is this incorporation? To ensure that better teachers are tried to be made available. Finally, who's good, who's bad is again something a matter of perception, performance, many other unknown things. So, this being the purpose, now we will kindly read the rules. But we cannot read this rule only to confine it to selection or confine it between the inter-se merits between the prior and persons having teaching experience and persons not having teaching experience. Now, please take Millard 2K, I'm sorry. But your Lordship must have read this rule many times. Now, interview list means etc. in the post of so and so, a list of candidates to be called on merit for oral interview and lecture demonstration category wise on the basis of preliminary merit score. So when I call people, I first prepare a preliminary merit score. Now I have to distinguish. Here, Millard, I should be the School Service Commission, be that as it may. So I have to distinguish between the more experienced, I call it the teaching experienced people, and the others who do not have the teaching experience. Therefore, Millard, at the preliminary score assessment stage, I have to take into consideration the merits of those persons, or I have to take into account those persons who have the prior teaching experience. Now, why I say this? Because what is the purpose? You have to look into the purpose also, because...
No, you are going around the same thing all over again.
Yes.
What is the stage? 10 marks we take it, that yes, you can give. Because right now, we are taking it to 2025 rules as a whole, assuming that it is all right. Challenges before the Supreme Court, this is not the issue here. The court is not deciding at what stage will this 10 mark come.
Preliminary merit score.
Yes. Where from are you getting that the 10 has to be added earlier and not later?
Please take rule number 6.
Rule number 6.
Yes. Your Lordship must have been taken through these.
No, 6.
Yes, I come to the schedule.
No, it's all right. Rule number 6.
Rule number 6 says manner of selection. Selection shall be made category wise on the basis of merit in the manner as specified in part A of schedule 2. Now let us come to part A of schedule 2,
Yes.
990.
which is page 89.
Yes.
Milord, schedule 2 part A has, Milord, 4 parts. All these, Milord, the first part is written examination, which is based on OMR sheet marks. Then 2 is academics. Now this academics, Milord, has been divided into 2 parts. That is educational qualification 10 marks and prior teaching experience 10 marks. Those who are not having prior teaching experience, for them B doesn't apply. Then is the oral interview and then the lecture demonstration. Now, Milord, based on this, Milord, prior teaching experience is part of the educational qualification which is provided under the rules. Therefore, prior teaching experience marks is part of the academic marks that a person is to have.
How do you say that it is provided within the group broadhead academics?
Yes, Milord, 1 is written examination,
Yes.
2 is academics. Now, what is academic? Academic has 2 parts. These 2 parts are applicable in respect of 2 categories of person. If a person has prior teaching experience, then into A and B applies.
Submission has been made to this extent
Yes.
that the word here in schedule 2 is academics. It's S.
Yes. Yes.
Plural.
Yes.
In K,
Yes.
it is mentioned only academic. The
Yes.
S is not there. And this S
Yes.
considers the teaching experience, which is there in the schedule. It is not there in K.
Yes.
So,
But are my learned friends suggesting that this is plural and the other is singular?
right, it
Milord,
is.
General clauses at Milord. Singular includes plural, plural
Very
includes
well.
singular.
If that is to be taken, then K and L will be contradictory.
I'll come to that.
Yes.
I'll come to that. Therefore, Milord, let us, Milord, first clear the air that in academics, is academics only confined to educational qualification, or academics will also include prior teaching experience for
Right.
those who have the experience? Well, my very respectful submission is, unless, Milord, schedule 2 is challenged on XYZ grounds, Milord, the schedule 2 as it is to be read, which means that prior candidates having prior teaching experience has twofold academic qualification, if I may put it broadly, and candidates without teaching experience have only one part of the experience under academics.
All right.
Now, kindly come back to, Milord, Rule 2K.
Yes.
But I don't think, Milord, academic and academics would make much of a difference. One single alphabet will.
রাহুল বলছেন যে এখানে আগে অ্যাডজেক্টিভ ইউজ করেছে আর ওখানে আগে নাউন ইউজ করেছে। এখানে অ্যাডজেক্টিভ করলে এটা ভুল হয়ে ইনডেক্ট এরর হয়ে।
I'll hear you. Do you also have a seat over there? Please sit. Please sit. Yes.
Now, academic score in clause K is nothing other than, Milord, the academic score spelled out in, Milord, schedule 2 part A2. Well, let us not go into all these things, but whether with S and without S, it at all make any difference. But
S means the prior teaching experience.
yes.
Without S is only the educational score.
But in that case, please consider one thing, Milord. What happens to the persons who do not have the teaching experience?
They don't get the marks.
They don't
Either
get
at
the
this
marks.
stage or that
Yes.
stage.
Therefore, the stage is, Milord, when, Milord, I call them for interview, I have with me the marks which they are also entitled to by virtue of their experience. That is the purpose. If I exclude these people at the threshold by treating everybody equally, what
At
they
par.
yes, at par,
Level playing ground. This is the
level playing ground, in my very respectful submission, this may not be applicable universally because preferential treatment is acknowledged and applied in the service jurisprudence.
Yes. All right, then.
Therefore, my lord, if I give them these trained persons or the experienced persons, if I go a bit forward by saying that I give them a preferential treatment by adding their marks at the time of preparation of this preliminary merit score, but I would be respectfully submitting that that is not infraction of any of the known principles of our constitution or the law of our country. Therefore, my lord, if a person is experienced, my lord, the experience has to be taken note of before calling them for interview and lecture demonstration. Now, the interpretation should be as I say why. Because if I do not give them, because it is said, please look into the bracket portion. It is clarified, that is, from the written test or TET and academics score. Now, what they are trying to say is that academic and academics are different. Well, with respect, well, possibly it doesn't make any difference. Yes.
It makes a whole lot of difference. It makes a whole lot of difference, sir. This is the 10 marks issue is there in many matters. Madam, please sit. Please sit, I'll hear you. And now the stage at which it should be added.
2K. This is my interpretation. Now let us come to 2L.
Yes.
Yes. Merit list in respect of SLST so and so means in case of post a list of candidates prepared category wise on the basis of merit, which shall mean in addition to what has been stated in 21K, marks obtained in oral interview, lecture demonstration and prior teaching experience, and shall include all eligible candidates who have appeared in the interview. Therefore, Millard, the prior teaching experience over at Millard L, Millard, if it is held or if it is interpreted to be at the L stage and not at the K stage, then Millard, it militates against Millard Schedule 2A2. And 6. But the rule by itself, the purpose of the rule is to give preference to the experienced candidates.
You give preference.
Yes. Therefore,
then at what stage will you give?
Well, if I give them preference, I need to give them preference at the first stage or at the earliest stage. Because preference, the word preference itself presupposes that from the very beginning I'm going to separate both the classes.
Resources will not be augmented appropriately.
Yes. But preference cannot be mirrored at the end. Preference has to be always mirrored at the beginning.
Do you anticipate any candidate
Yes, ma'am.
who did not participate in the 2016 recruitment process to get this 10 marks?
More than 3,000 people have applied.
Autism
More than
person?
3,000 of central government and more than 1,000 for the contractual teachers of substantive posts in state government. More than 4,000.
Right.
3,000 plus 1,000.
3,000 much is central government.
Central government and 3,000.
No, the figures, but I do not know whether it will correct or not, but I am instructed to say
I have not seen the exact figures.
approximately 3,000 candidates with prior teaching experience from central government institutions, schools, etc. have applied, and 1,000 from
State government has provided us list of contractual teachers and substantive post of 1,000 teachers.
And contractual
In
teachers
substantive post
in substantive post in state government institution around 1,000.
applied.
They are
And
applied.
the total appointment is around 23,000 or how many?
35.
35,000. All right.
Very well, 35,
Mm.
more or less.
Mm.
Therefore, my lord, if I have to give preference, but there are two ways of interpreting it. What is the purpose? If the purpose is to make available good teachers, I have to give them preference at the beginning. Number two is, as they are arguing that this is creating a class between the two. Yes, we are creating a class.
No, the class is not in this matter.
Yeah,
Class is
very.
class.
Then, my lord,
Right, class
yeah,
is not-
I don't.
We assume that the rule is all right.
Very well.
It is only the stage at which the 10 marks to be allotted is the issue.
First, to make available good teachers for the students.
In that stage also.
Yes.
Stage also you can make available good teachers.
No, no,
Because you
no.
are adding at any case.
My lord, I am giving a preferential treatment, therefore preference has to be given
At the very first
at
stage. This
the-
is
at
the
the inception.
main submission.
at the inception.
That is the
If you have
submission.
figured out, then what is the purpose?
My lord, if my lord, the experienced candidates are my lord screened out or my lord
Why will they be screened out? Because they will get the chance at that level also. Nobody is screened out at the
Honestly,
2K stage.
no issue আছে তো।
kindly look into my lord, the interview list.
Yes.
But in the interview list, if my lord, these 3,000 or 4,000 are not there, and they have to wait, my lord.
Why will they not be there? That means their educational qualification score must be less. Otherwise, they
No,
would
no,
have been there.
When I today, my lord, at the time of framing of the rules, or my lord, at the time of invitation of the advertisement of the employment notification, I do not know anybody's score.
Nobody knows anybody's
Yes,
score.
therefore consider it from the stage or at the stage when my lord,
Yes.
an employment notification has been issued.
Right.
There, nobody is in the fray.
Nobody is in the
Nobody has applied.
right.
We do not know the inter se merits of the candidates. At that stage, what should be the appropriate interpretation? Well, the interpretation should not be, my lord, at the instance of persons who come before the court, invoke the jurisdiction of the court, saying that I don't have the experience, therefore I'll be in the back seat always. That is what is being said. Now, consider this, my lord, on two angles. One, I have already said, for the benefit of the students. The other is, at the selection stage, I have to give preference or priority to those persons who are already experienced. The experience factor has to be taken note of at the earliest stage. It may, my lord, even be relegated back to, my lord, from the date of application itself. Because on the date of application itself, there are two, submission of application, or the last date of submission of you have two sets of people. I can do that at that stage even.
I didn't get this. I didn't get this.
I'll explain it, my lord. I invite applications. 10,000 people apply. All the applications are with me. I have invited two categories of persons. Can I not distinguish between the experienced and non-experienced persons at the very threshold after receipt of the applications? General, I'm speaking of general, hypothetical.